Alrighty. So, I don't even know how to begin this. I got a wild hair a couple days ago because I live in a two-bedroom apartment, and the second bedroom is outfitted as a recording studio. I have my microphone set up on the other side of the room. Um, and so I got the idea. I was asked some questions regarding comic stories I've told, and I said I was thinking about outfitting the recording studio as a little bit more of a studio. And so I went ahead and did that, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I've been an improvisational artist since I was 18, and so you take one leap out of the airplane and you figure out the parachute on the way down. That was Del Close. Not mine, not my quote, can't take credit for it. So I've jumped out of the airplane. This is not the apocalypse. I will not say welcome to the apocalypse because we're all going to get through this. We're all going to get through this together. But I've drawn some inspiration from Stephen Colbert and Trevor Noah. And this morning it was Paul Burke with Blacktop Comedy who is sending out invites to be a part of a I forget what he called it. I'd have to look it up. The Shelter in Place sketch show, something like that. And I'll link to it. But they're putting together video clips taped from home in order to do a cut together sketch show on Saturday and hold an internet viewing party. And I got to say, it's a brilliant idea. I love what Colbert has done, I love what Trevor Noah has done. I love what Paul Burke is doing. And so I don't know what this is going to be. I'm an improviser. Ask me questions, make suggestions. I'll figure out what to do with it. Because I've got a lifetime of stuff around my apartment. This, I mean, obviously, when I sat down to do it, there was going to be some comic book focus because I've gotten heavily back into collecting in the last roughly year. So we can talk about that. But today there is one thing I want to talk about, and it's a comedian who was before her time and who many of us have sorely missed in the intervening 35 ish years. I'd have to look up the actual date since her passing. And that's Gilda Radner. And if you don't know who Gilda Radner is, boy, this is your suggestion for entertainment over the next couple of days. I realized a lot of comedy, not just Saturday Night Live, but comedy in general, gets dated and doesn't continue to hit. Um, Gilda Radner was one of the original Not Ready for Primetime players on Saturday Night Live. I want to say she was the first one cast because Gilda was that good. I don't know her personally. I'm sure I know people who know her, but I don't know who they are. Um, and the reason Gilda Radner is on my mind today is a film that she released in 1980 called Gilda Live, which is a collection of her characters. And if you see Rosanna or Emily Latella, I almost said Judy Tenuta, but that's wrong. She's a different comedian entirely. Emily Latella and Rosanna Dana were both characters that were fairly popular on Weekend Update. And so you might recognize those. But Gilda Live was a compilation of sketches that showcased Gilda's most famous characters. Um, and the reason that movie's on my mind today is a sketch about a character named Judy Miller. And if you know Gilda Radner, you're going, yep, totally understand where you're going. Um, Judy Miller's sketches were she's like a 10-year-old brownie Girl Scout, and all of the Judy Miller sketches, or at least the ones I'm aware of, are Judy gets sent to her room and decides to do a show, and it's the Judy Miller show. Um, I found a 5.5 minute sketch from SNL on YouTube. Unfortunately, Gilda Live is not available on any provider for free. You can rent it on Amazon Prime for $2.99. You can rent it on YouTube for $2.99. But that $2.99 is really well spent. Keep in mind, this is SNL when SNL was edgy. If I can use that word, I think you can. Um, and I believe Gilda Live is rated R, but uh, damn, was she ahead of her time. Um, so I'm gonna leave it at that. As this video is at 5.5 minutes now, I don't really want it to be longer than the sketch. So who knows what these are gonna be. But make content, share yourselves with the world. This is recorded on my phone in a makeshift studio with no professional lighting. You can see the sun. You can see there's glare right there. That's glare. That's glare. And there's glare on the comic books that are graded and set up. Um, but so what? Let's make some requests, ask some questions, tell me what I should do next. I've got a guitar I don't play, plenty of stories, and I can make stuff up if you feel like it. So have at it. Oh, let's call this The Long Way Home because this has layers. So this is episode 1 of The Long Way Home. Go check out Gilda Live, and I'll be back when I get another wild hair. Peace.